Greetings and welcome. I am the Lincoln Lawyer. Have a seat, make yourself comfortable. Today, the topic of discussion is going to be civil litigation system. I'm not going to get into criminal law. It's not my thing. Generally, I believe criminal law is much more fair and just than civil law. All right, so I think juries take their responsibilities more seriously. We're talking about life and death. And basically there's more safeguards. So civil litigation system is almost entirely a scam, in my opinion. Whoever has more money usually wins. All right, so this is the reason that alternative dispute resolution has really taken off. And I am a certified mediator. I've resolved many large cases that would have been very expensive and time consuming to resolve through litigation. Okay, now let's talk about the civil litigation process, how it begins. Let's say hypothetically, you get ripped off for 30 to 100K, okay? And this is basically the sweet spot, which is not a good thing. The sweet spot is anything above the small claims cap in your state and approximately 100K. This sweet spot makes it almost not worthwhile going to civil court, because the legal fees will just eat up any verdict that you might receive. So let's go through it. How does the process start? You go talk to an attorney. So are you going to trust this motherfucker to tell you the truth? What is he going to tell you? Hey man, you got a great case. Let's do this. Give me a couple of months. This is in the bag. You're going to get settlement. No problem. You got all the evidence on your side. All right? Of course they're going to tell you this. They don't give a fuck about you. Lawyers do not give a fuck about you. You are a paycheck. You are a customer. Okay, you think they have a line of people waiting to give them $10, $20, $30, $40,000? I don't think so. They want that money, all right? They want to sue. They want to go to trial, all right? This is what they do. So this creates an inherent conflict of interest that you need to understand. The longer a case drags on, the more money they make. You're paying them the longer it goes on. It's very simple. This is a major conflict of interest. All right, so lawyer takes your case. You got to start with a deposit, 5 to 10K deposit. It's usually used as the last payment, or in case you don't pay, they just take the deposit and file a motion with the court to withdraw from representation, and bye-bye, you're out. You're out of a lawyer. So you do the deposit, then you got to pay monthly. Now, how does it start? We write the demand, write a demand letter with whatever legal notice is required to the other side. They don't answer. Now you got to file a petition, whatever it's called in your state. That's the legal claim that's filed in court. So how much does that cost? Usually 2 to 5K, depending on the case. You need legal research. You got to get the facts. You go through revisions. You got to serve the other party. Make sure they get noticed. So now the other guy, the defendant, has got to hire a lawyer and answer. There's all kinds of shit they can say. They can say, well, the court doesn't have jurisdiction over the defendant personally, or they don't have jurisdiction over the claim itself. They can have affirmative defenses. They can have counterclaims. They can deny all your allegations, etc., all kinds of stuff. Motions to dismiss, summary judgment, whatever. All right, so you file. The other guy files. They have about 3 weeks to file. Now you get a call from your lawyer. The other guy wants to settle. They're giving you an offer, maybe 75, 80K, 85K. You make a counter offer. They accept. You settle. You sign a settlement agreement. That's it. Case is over. Done. You are one of the few lucky ones. You were smart. You accepted a smaller amount. You didn't have to go through litigation. Good job. On the other hand, let's say, well, they make an offer and it's low, and you're thinking, well, shit, I've already lost a lot more than they ripped me off. I've got consequential damages, I've got pain and suffering, I've got legal fees, yada, yada, I want more. So you make a higher offer, they reject it. There's no settlement. Negotiation talks break down. Now what? Now you go to discovery. Discovery is fucking expensive, all right? You got motions, discovery motions. You got all kinds of motions. There's a whole motion practice book on motions. You can write anything, any kind of motion you want. Any motion that's written needs a response, okay? Furthermore, it needs a hearing and an order from the judge. The judge is going to make a decision. Now, you're being billed for every minute. Researching motions, drafting motions, travel to the hearing, discussion with you. Every motion could be $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, depending on the motion. Okay? Very simple. Then you got questions, interrogatories, you got to answer questions. Those are pretty inexpensive. Furthermore, you have requests for production. You're going to ask the other guy to give you documents, and they ask you to give documents. So everything you give needs to be reviewed by your lawyer. Everything they provide needs to be reviewed by your lawyer. You're being charged for all that. Sometimes there's data dumps. They can dump a shitload of stuff on you, and it has no relevance. Your lawyer still has to go through it. They still have to charge you and bill you for it. So this is going to drive up your costs astronomically, okay? Then you have depositions. This is the worst of all. So you might want to do 1 or 2 depositions. Maybe the other guy, maybe a witness, helpful to you. The other guy, let's say he wants to delay. He wants to do 10, 15 depositions over a period of 2, 3, 4 months. So now each deposition could be $1,500, $3,000. You got to hire a court reporter. Your attorney's got to prepare. I got to travel. It's going to take half a day, a full day, maybe multiple days. Who knows? They can stretch them out indefinitely. A lot of depositions. So you can file an objection. Okay, they're doing too many depositions. Maybe the judge will say, yeah, too many, let's cut it off. Maybe your particular court has a limit on the amount of depositions, and that's fine. But nonetheless, your fees are anywhere from 20, 30, 40, 50K at this point, and you are not near settlement at this stage. Okay, you are asking your attorney what the fuck's going on. Hey, it's been 6, 7, 8, 9 months. The case is not settled yet. How long? Blah blah. Well, your attorney, he's not going to have an answer. He's eating well. You're getting invoices every month. He's billing you for phone calls, consultations. You don't know what the fuck, legal research, document review, all kinds of shit. What the fuck is this? You got $5,000 a month that's going out. You're running out of money. Finally, trial date is set. You're happy, fabulous. All right, so now you get a call from your lawyer. Other guy, defendant, wants to settle. All right, now they give you a lower offer. Now it barely covers your legal fees and maybe a couple of grand on top of that, maybe 55, 60K. Okay, whatever, doesn't matter. And so you think about it, you're like, well, shit, I don't really want to go to trial. This is very stressful. I'm having anxiety, my stomach issues. I can't sleep. I'm running out of money, blah, 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 blah. I just want to get it over with. You accept the settlement, sign the agreement, shit's over, move on with life. That's a smart move, all right? On the other hand, you're like, well, I'm at trial already. I've lost way more money. This offer is too low. You make a counteroffer, it's really high. Settlement talks break down. No settlement. Okay, you're going to trial now. So trial starts. You got jury selection, obviously. That could be a few hours to a few days. You're paying for that every hour. And then you got the trial. It could be maybe 2, 3, 4 days, 5 days, whatever. You're paying for preparation, a week, 2 weeks. You're paying for the trial. You get to trial. So let's say, for example, your lawyer sucks at trial. Okay, he's a boring motherfucker. He starts reading off his page. He's doing dates and facts and figures, and the jury is nodding off. They're not listening. Their heads are down. They don't give a fuck. Then the other guy stands up. He's amazing. He's spellbinding. He's weaving stories. The jury is rapt at attention. Every move, every word, they're listening. This guy is telling them that you are the scumbag. You are the scam artist. You ripped off his client. He doesn't owe you shit. You owe him money. All right? Who do you think that jury's going to go for? You think the facts matter? You think reality matters? The facts are what the jury says they are. They listened to him. They didn't listen to your guy. Your guy sucks. Now they come back and you get shit. In fact, you got to cover his legal costs. You got a legal bill now. You don't think that can happen? That happens. Now, rewind. All right. Back in time. Your attorney is amazing. He is Clarence Darrow reborn. He's got the jury wrapped. They're freaking paying attention to every word, every syllable. He's got an amazing case, lays out all the facts, every detail. Boom. The other guy gets up. He's got a 10-minute case, no defenses, nothing to say. That's it. Rest our case. Goes to the jury. 10 minutes later, they come out. Verdict for you. You get everything you asked for. You get 250 grand, everything you asked for. Legal fees, consequential damages, pain and suffering, etc., everything. You're super happy. Okay, now what? Well, now you got to collect, dude. All right? It's not that easy. Now comes the fun part of the trial. Now you got to get your money. You got to get paid. And this is a whole separate trial. Now you got to do asset search. You got to do asset examinations. You got to find non-exempt assets that are not exempt by state law, because every state exempts usually the primary residence, sometimes primary vehicle, personal property, wages up to a certain amount, all kinds of stuff. Every state is different, okay? So you got to find non-exempt assets that are seizable. But, guess what? A year or two ago, the defendant, he knew he was getting into this high-risk venture, high-risk business, and he went to someone like me. He went to an asset protection lawyer, okay? And this asset protection lawyer did what he does best. He moved all the assets out of reach of creditors. This is done on a daily basis, okay? All his liquid assets are offshore in a trust. All right? His real property is encumbered with liens, moved into entities, trusts, LLCs. All the personal property is retitled. You can't get shit. You can seize stuff. You'll get pennies on the dollar. You might get 10 cents on the dollar of the judgment if you go ahead, proceed and seize. Operating agreements are amended. LLC interests, you can seize it. You'll get a few bucks for it. They'll buy you out. That's how it works. That's what I do. So now try to collect this judgment. All right. See how that works out for you. All right. So this is a warning. All right. Stay the fuck out of the freaking courtroom. This is not a place you want to be. If you got a case that is $200, $300, $500 million, then you might not have a choice. You just need to go in and bite the bullet and go through with it. All right. If you got rights you need to litigate, you got trademarks, etc., you got territorial rights, franchise stuff, you might need to get in there and bite the bullet, get in there, see if you can mediate, see if you can resolve it. So that's what I like to do. I like to resolve disputes without litigation, without court intervention. That's my approach in general. So you need to understand that there is a major conflict of interest with your attorney and you. All right. So the longer the case drags on, the more you have to pay them. That's just how it works. That's the legal system. All right. So I hope this has been informative. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Like, subscribe. Be cool. Peace out. Stay safe.